Greetings, welcome to a short video on how to install R in RStudio. So if you have navigated to this far, you've seen the how to install R in RStudio link down here, and you've navigated to this video and you're watching it, but notice there's two links above it, the link to download R and the link to download RStudio. R is the computational engine that we'll be using this semester to help us do our statistical analysis and graphs. It has a rather archaic interface and is difficult to work with. So we have RStudio to fix that. RStudio gives us a more modern interface and a way of working with R that is universal between Macs and PCs and other Linux and other style of computers. So let's get on with it. Your first step is to go and download R. So if you click on the download R, you'll get taken to the CRAN, which is the all comprehensive archive net for all things R. So pick your flavor: Linux, Mac OS, or Windows. I'm on a Mac, so I'll click on Mac OS. And then go to latest releases, R-3.6.1 package. Go ahead and click on that. And that's going to download that to your computer. So in this case, I'm working in Chrome, so I'm watching the little thermometer going in the lower corner here. And I click on the icon and I get an installer. Okay, so I go continue, 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 agree, continue, install. Okay, and then of course have to give my password since I'm on a Mac. Windows, you have to do that too. Preparing for installation, and now it's going to go ahead and write the files. It goes relatively quick. R is pretty lean and mean. One of the things that the creators of R decided to do was to make it so that it was a fairly straightforward small installation, and if you want to accessorize R, so to speak, or get it to do things that are not in the base installation, then you install packages on top of that. We'll talk about that in later videos. Today we're just going to get the base installation done. Okay, so we're done. Click done. Go ahead and get rid of that. Good. R is now installed. Okay, so step one is finished. Let's go ahead and get rid of that tab, and now we're going to go on the link for RStudio. We'll click on that. RStudio is slightly more complicated to install simply because you have some options of what is it you want to put in. We are going to want the desktop version of RStudio, so we'll click on that, and then it's going to give you different options for which you want to do. You can buy it, which you do not want to do. You're getting the free version of R, so we'll scroll down here. Let's see, dig around a little bit. RStudio, click here for additional features. We want desktop. There we go. RStudio desktop. I clicked in the wrong spot. There we go. We want the free one. Download the RStudio desktop. Don't click on buy now. Click on the free one. Click on the free one, and then pick your flavor. Okay, so in case my case, again, I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to pick the Mac version. There's a Windows version and Ubuntu, which is a Linux installation. So if you're Linux, you know what you need to be doing. You don't even need me. You're probably not watching this video. Those are the guys that wear the big propellers on their beanies. Okay, again, it's not a huge download. Should come down relatively fast. So we'll go ahead and opening that DMG. Finishing, and voila. So in the case of a Mac, you would take the RStudio and drag it over to the applications folder. If you're on a Windows machine, it's going to be an exe. You do the installation that way. Since I've already installed it once, it's asking me to replace it. I'll go ahead and do that. Copying it to applications. Okay, now if you're in a Windows machine, it probably put a couple icons on your desktop. If not, no worries, just go into your applications list and you will find it in there. Okay, all right, so I have installed RStudio onto my taskbar on a Mac, on the dock as they call it there. So I'm going to click on the RStudio icon. You can also find that in your applications folder. I'll click on open, and bada bing bada boom. Let me go ahead and shrink it up here so we can see it a little bit better in the size window for this video here, which is not very big, but I wanted it to be an easy video to download for you. And you should get something like that. You do not ever need to open R. It's not required. R is being opened for you through RStudio. RStudio is the front end. It is the chat window, so to speak. It's an app that gets you to all of the power of R, because R by itself is a rather difficult environment to work in. It's not horrible, but it's much more difficult than we need it to be. And there's even professionals use RStudio because it's so much simpler to work in. Okay, there really is no much more to it at this point. That's all you needed to do is just make sure you got it installed and it's running. And in the second module, module 2 of the class, we'll actually start using RStudio to do some number crunching and to produce some pretty pictures and some statistical graphs.